this WrestleMania did not disappoint. Am I right? It was the most electrifying WrestleMania I have ever seen.
Yo, what is up, guys? Yours truly, Super Ninja and
KLD.
And today we'll be giving you guys a full review on WrestleMania 29. And it was live in the Met Stadium in New York, New Jersey.
Home of the Jets and home of the Giants.
Let me explain this to you. This was a great WrestleMania. This WrestleMania did not disappoint except for one area. It disappointed in one area. Okay, so the match cards in the lineup that we did talk about in the previous video, I will leave a link down below so you guys can check that out. I mean, if you want to hear our predictions. But there was another match that didn't appear in WrestleMania 29, and that was Brodus Clay, Tenzai, and the Fuckadactyls versus Cody Rhodes, Rose Scholars, Damien Sandow, Brie, and Nikki Bella, the Bella Twins. That fight didn't show up in WrestleMania, so it's either two things. One, something happened with competitors and they weren't there, they couldn't show up at the time. Some like emergency came up, or they didn't have enough time and they just kicked them out.
Basically.
So those either one of those two. I probably will find out some more facts, but when I do, I'll definitely tell you guys if you guys really want to know, because I'm kind of curious myself. But today I'll be talking about WrestleMania. I'll also be talking about the pre-show, the post-show, and the whole WrestleMania in entirety. So the pre-show, it just basically showed everybody's highlights, the fights highlight, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, Mark Henry versus Ryback, John Cena versus The Rock, so on and so forth. And the match that was in the pre-show was definitely probably one of the best matches of WrestleMania, actually, or even the pre-show, was The Miz versus Wade Barrett. And this definitely was a good upset because The Miz came out the victor and he won the Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, he did.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my most favorite, because the reason why, Miz won, even though I thought it was Wade Barrett. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was.
He thought Wade Barrett was
I thought. But when I actually saw the figure 4 leg lock by, basically, you know who it is by the Nature Boy.
Ric
Flair. Woo! You know what I mean? You seen the 4-leg lock locked in. You thought at first, when he did the 4-leg, the 4 lock, Wayne Barrett basically, got the ropes.
Right,
and
he got the
ropes. 5. But when he actually countered, that counter actually did it all. He tapped out. I was like, oh.
Yes.
I was like, oh. Oh,
that was good.
He
got
you on the fake 4-leg lock. That's the most famous submission move ever, So
that was a good fight. That was a good fight. That was definitely a good match. We also found out that there's 2 ambassadors, social ambassadors. One of them was Snooki. Snooki had her child, and she also had her, I believe, her husband there as well. So it's pretty cool to see some other celebrities come to WrestleMania. We also got to see, I believe, a football player, some few other.
Yep, Michael Strahan.
Yep,
retiring to the Giants. He's back at home, baby. I seen him.
We also got to see some of some Marines, some I believe they were like people from the Army, so that was pretty cool.
Also a performance by P. Diddy as well.
P. Diddy, we saw P. Diddy did his thing. It's kind of crazy. I thought he had a group called Diddy Dirty Money. I guess they broke up because the 2 girls weren't there. He had another girl singing. She was a Caucasian, so it was pretty cool. It was pretty different because the person that sang the song "I'm Coming Home" was definitely Diddy Dirty Money, and it had 2 black girls. But nonetheless, that was definitely a good performance, and everybody was just electrified in this whole thing. It did not disappoint. There were no disappointments here and there. I just enjoyed my way through it. It was great, and it's a 4-hour thing, and it was just great in my opinion.
Right.
But pre-show match, I want to say it did count, but it didn't really count because it wasn't like WrestleMania. So match number 1 was the Shield versus Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show.
Go ahead. You want to go first? All right, because this was a major disappointment with me in the Big Show, because I actually literally said this, especially in the predictions, that as long as because I was basically Big Show and Randy Orton and Sheamus actually worked together to get this accomplished, to get the Shield out the way. Y'all deal with your little differences and things like that. Big Show didn't do that. I mean, I understand Big Show. I understand I feel you. You think, Randy Orton, he tapped himself in. You feel like you want to put your body on the line. But, you still got to keep in your mind that you just can't not allow your teammates to lose. That was the one thing that you forgot to do, is say to yourself, I do not want my teammates to lose, even though we're trying to set our differences. But you want to be a bitch and want to go on that bullshit and just want to let Randy Orton lose. Now, that RKO, that RKO that I saw that oh my goodness.
RKO off the turnbuckle.
Off the turnbuckle.
He jumped.
That was the best RKO out of all. Randy Orton, best RKO. Best RKO ever. Because, I seen your RKOs, and that one actually topped every last one of them you've done. Big ups to you on that. You feel me? But I'm still disappointed on your ass, Big Show, because you're on that bullshit.
The match was good. The match was good all the way through. The Shield did not disappoint. In my eyes, they didn't really do no petty stuff like that. They did, but that's, like I said, do anything you can to win, and that's what they were doing. So, but overall, the match was straightforward. There were some funny moments where the Big Show did have to tag himself in because Sheamus and Randy Orton want to be some ball hogs. Well, not really ball hogs, but in-ring hogs, and they was tagging each other. So Big Show did have to tag in, but he did not disappoint at the time. He was slapping, I believe, Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Or
every time I felt that hit, I was like, ooh, shit, without me.
But basically the end result, Randy Orton, I felt like everybody fought besides Sheamus, maybe even Sheamus in some way, shape, or form, but it was really Randy Orton, Big Show fought. Randy Orton, he just came in. Sheamus was just about to tag Big Show. Randy Orton tagged himself in, and he was getting it. Like, dude jumped on turnbuckle, RKO. But then big old Roman Reigns speared Randy Orton, and then usually your partner would get out and just stop the 1, 2, 3 count. Big Show just looked there.
Just sat there.
He just looked there and I'm like, what? Like, why'd you do that? So in my opinion, it was kind of Big Show fault because Randy Orton did do the impossible and tag himself in, but he was having them. If you would have helped, he would probably would have tagged you in. You would have did your little knockout punches.
Exactly.
Y'all would have won.
There you go.
And
my nigga. Because I swear, because that would be the same thing I would be thinking about right there too.
And then on top of that, how he let out all his anger on not Big Show, but Sheamus and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I felt like that was unnecessary because now you got two. It was petty, but now you got two people on your list that's coming to hunt you because they gonna want some revenge at Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. So all I gotta say is great match. It should have been a different outcome, but y'all didn't work together. All I gotta say is Big Show, watch your back because they're coming to hunt you. Moving on to the next match, match number 2. Probably one of the most anticipated fights because you got the immovable object and somebody who is self-proclaimed the world's strongest man. And that is Mark Henry versus Ryback. Now, before we get started with talking about Mark Henry versus Ryback, Mark Henry stated in the, I believe it was a WrestleMania presentation or something like that, happened a day or two ago. He stated that, you know what, I've been in WWE for 17 years, best my 17 years of my life, and he said I'm not gonna let Ryback, make an asshole of myself or not embarrass me or something like that. And Mark Henry didn't disappoint. In my opinion, Mark Henry was just the stronger man, the better man, and he controlled most of the fight. Yeah. And that's why he won. The way he won was weird as hell, probably the weirdest win, because Ryback, he had him on his shoulders and then he just couldn't do it, and he grabbed the rope and Mark Henry just fell on Ryback, and Mark Henry just pinned him, and I was thinking damn, Ryback not gonna tap,
kick out or nothing.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, Ryback, you actually had at least 400 pounds on you. You felt like it was like a sack of potatoes that you just got from a market. You just
more.
Okay, maybe 2 or 3 a sack of potatoes.
More.
Damn, I don't know.
It's like a car on him.
Okay, you want to put an elephant on him too? Want to put 2 elephants?
A baby elephant.
Maybe a baby elephant. But the point is, what I'm saying is that you had at least 400 pounds on your shoulders, and not only that, you marched around, basically saying it's finished.
Let's get it. That's finished.
You know what I'm saying? You had that, and all of a sudden, Mark Henry just countered.
I don't know. I mean, like, real quick, so we can just move on to the next fight, because this fight really disappointed me, in my opinion. Because right back, it seemed like he was training, he was going hard, but like he didn't show none of those feats. And feats mean he didn't really show what he was capable of. He didn't show it. So I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't show it. Like, Mark Henry really he basically was in control of the whole wrestling match. He was in control of the whole match. There's a few parts where Ryback did have him, but Mark Henry just had it, and I just thought, like, I felt like Ryback lost it. Like, he was tired, and I don't know.
He ran out of
energy. Like
yeah.
that. I was like, damn. Like, all right. I mean, but like I said, the match kind of disappointed me. But Mark Henry did come out the victor, and that's who I was saying. Who's gonna come out the victor? And I was saying Mark Henry. So
because of experience, that's what I said too.
Experience kind of over something, and I also said Mark Henry was just stronger. Even though Ryback was about to break his world record, I feel like Mark Henry was just physically stronger, in my opinion, because he is, I believe, in my opinion, the world's strongest man. Self-proclaimed, but I think he is. Match number 3, Team Hell No versus Dolph Ziggler, Big E Langston, also alongside AJ Lee. Now, this, in my opinion, was definitely one of the most anticipated fights, just because I have Kane. Kane's my favorite wrestler, and Kane did not disappoint. When I thought Kane was going to lose, Kane came out, it was like kick out, choke slam, and, he ended it. Choke slam, then he tagged Daniel Bryan in. Daniel Bryan did the little elbow, and 1, 2, 3, they won. So I was really happy about that, and I really love the new way Kane did it. But the match, the debut of Big E Langston, he did not disappoint. He's very strong, but he's not the strongest. You know what I'm saying? So
you try to get your ass trying to go with Mark Henry.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Yeah. But yeah, like, good match in my opinion. Great match. Team Hell No came out the victors, and I can't wait to see them in more tag team battles to come in the future.
I agree. I would say, because I actually literally saw perfect teamwork in that match.
It was great.
Great, perfect teamwork. I mean, basically, like, at the end part, where what's his name? Used the diving headbutt to put it.
Yeah. He put him away with the diving headbutt.
He put him away with the diving headbutt, and as a matter of fact, Kane keep away. Was it Big E Langston? He did like a little kick to him. Yeah, he did like a kick to him, so he won't interfere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when he hit that diving headbutt, 1, 2, 3, that was the best teamwork ever. And I would say that's one of the greatest matches ever to me, because it was teamwork involved with it. It was like selflessness. Selfless, like being you're not selfish, not like
That's you
selfless. Right. Okay. All right, you feel me, okay? So, I mean, teamwork was good. I like that. Great up match.
It's crazy how not Mark Henry, we're not talking about him. Kane and Daniel Bryan, how they didn't like each other, but they grew to be fond with each other and make these tag team battles. I do believe they have the chance, I do believe they're on their way to become the greatest tag team ever. If not, they are. Because it's weird how you have the destructive, the big red monster, the big red machine, Kane, teaming up with Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan, he has some names behind his back. He was a world heavyweight champion and almost WWE championship. So great match. Team Hell No came out the victors. I love that match. Match number 4, Fandango versus Chris Jericho. Probably the greatest upset in WWE history, if not the greatest. Because Fandango, not only did he not wrestle anywhere else, not Monday Night Raw, not Friday Night SmackDown, not nowhere, this was his first debut match. Yes. And he won it at the biggest, grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, against a 6-time World Heavyweight Championship Chris Jericho, and a 9-time Intercontinental Championship. So, biggest upset, crazy. Chris Jericho, I think he was toying with him because he did have the match, and I believe he could have ended it, but I guess he didn't.
I think he got a little distracted to me.
I think he got cocky, in my opinion.
Well, cocky as in,
yeah, he got cocky. I mean, and then Fandango, like, he saw like a little opening, capitalized it, and there you go.
And the thing is like, because I know we was watching the post show too, and what Chris Jericho said.
Yeah.
And I felt like when he said that,
Yeah, what he said was so. It was emotional because like he didn't take the loss seriously. I mean he did, but he was like, all right, yeah, you beat me. Everybody has a good try. He did a good ass example. He said the worst team can easily beat the best team.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna capitalize on it?
Are you gonna wake up the next morning and
be like, I just defeated a 6-time
champion. And then you got a match. Let's say, what is it? Either Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown.
Either one.
And you just had a match. Like somebody just challenged you in that match.
Would you take it?
Would you take it?
Or would you be bullshit because they said your name wrong? And I love that about Chris Jericho, why he said that. Yeah, he lost, but what are you gonna do? Hey, and you never know. We might see a rematch. You never know. Maybe I Extreme Rules, or maybe next week Monday Night Raw. Never know.
Right.
But moving on to match number 5, definitely a very emotional fight in my opinion. Definitely one of the most emotional ones, the one that really just kind of touched Alberto Del Rio's heart because his friend did break his ankle due to Jack Swagger, so definitely an emotional fight. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Alberto Del Rio came out the victor, and he retained the championship, the World Heavyweight Championship. Great match, and Jack Swagger, he almost had it. Jack Swagger, he really almost had it. I felt like we saw new Jack Swagger, but it wasn't new enough to the point where he could get the championship.
Right. So I mean, I say like part of with this, because at first I thought it would be Swagger, but unfortunately, it's no Swagger America for you, bro. Okay, let me let you know that.
He said, I want to take back my America. Like, the reason why I felt like it was so emotional because, like, that whole American thing and how they're kind of being racist towards all the other race except for Caucasian. And don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with Caucasian. There's nothing wrong with any other race.
Yeah, they wasn't really kind of, I mean, I feel like, they was really, being hypocrites about it. I mean, because it's like, your ancestors came from the same country they came from.
Well, it's crazy because the human population actually started, half of it started in Africa and half of it started in China. So, bitch, you could have been Chinese or African American, but you don't know it. So, how about this? Go to school, learn some shit, come back and be like, then I want to talk about America. Just saying.
Whatever.
Great match. Match number 6. Undertaker versus CM Punk. And let me say this right now. Undertaker, for one, he came out the victor as always, 21-0.
21-0.
Man, I definitely want to say this, but CM Punk did not go down without a fight. He just did it. I felt like this is the best match I've seen CM Punk in, and he definitely did give Undertaker a run for his money. He did. He did. I mean, it took him some time, but CM Punk, I felt like it was good. I felt like the weirdest thing happening here, he did like this little elbow thing to Undertaker on like the announce table. And it didn't break.
I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You got it to the top of the turnbuckle real quick. Did your little little taunt and shit. Next thing you know, boom.
But it didn't break.
I'm like, what? Like you kind of slid, or you knocked out. You knocked out yourself. Like, okay, I'm slumped real quick. And then you have Undertaker underneath it, and it didn't break. Like
the fuck. But the match we're gonna talk about next, it broke in that one.
Well, we'll talk about that. But I really want to say 21-0 because I really felt like the Undertaker listened. He made it. I probably saw our predictions and actually capitalized that 21-0. Because I seriously said, you deserve. I kid you not, Undertaker. You deserve to be in this Hall of Fame. I know you want to continue on with this streak. Go on ahead, continue it, because you deserve, by the end of the day, you deserve to be in this Hall of Fame as being the phenom of the WWE. You are the phenom. So that's what I want to say in my way. Rest in peace,
Paul Bearer, William Moody.
And my condolences to all who are close to him and things like that. That win was definitely for him. That was a win.
I really felt like he saw a prediction. He's like, I'm about to make this happen.
So in my book, I kind of would want to say this match as well. Even though you said the last match before that was emotional, I felt like this match here, this match here was definitely emotional.
It was emotional. It was definitely
because that was a win for Paul Bear.
Yes. This match was great. CM Punk, he did not disappoint. He kicked out of the Tombstone. Not a lot of people can say I kicked out of the Tombstone, and not only that, not a lot of people say I kicked out of Tombstone at WrestleMania.
And most of his streaks ended with the Tombstone Power Driver.
Right. So, great match. 21. Oh, that's all I gotta say. Keep going, Undertaker, because you can do it. You can do it. Match number 7, getting down to nitty gritty. Probably arguably the most emotional fight match, arguably, because these last 4 matches were emotional. Arguably the most emotional one, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, no holds barred match. If Triple H loses, his career is over.
Yeah.
So this match was great. We got to see Shawn Michaels in action for the first time in I believe a year or two, and he sweet shit music, Paul Heyman, and I loved it.
Number 1 hit record. Number 1 hit. Yeah, Paul Heyman got that number 1 hit record, and because he wanted to hit with that chair.
That was weird because Paul Heyman got the chair. He was like, "All right, let's go."
Sweet chin music.
Everybody's about to go nuts.
Oh, but man, it was a definite great match. I enjoyed it. I definitely did. I'm glad that Triple H actually really won because I wasn't emotional. I did kind of thought Brock Lesnar would have won because this would be a good debut, especially coming from the UFC. And you actually literally had your UFC uniform on, so I knew for a fact, as in when in the beginning, it was for this because it was a good debut for you. You know what I mean? Coming from UFC, and then capitalize it. But no. Didn't happen. Sorry, this was an emotional time. You fucked up because you wanted to F5 Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Then you want to break both Triple H's arm and Shawn Michaels' arm. So it's like now the Triple H has a reason to kick your ass, and was because you actually did that stupid shit. So that's your fuck up. So. Yeah. Tough titty for your ass. Tough titty for your ass.
That was definitely a crazy fight. Definitely a crazy fight. And I definitely want to say this. Did not disappoint. And really disappoint. And my favorite part about it was Triple H did that arm lock just like he did to Triple H.
Yes.
He did the Kimura lock.
And to be honest with you, he actually did some work with that because when Brock Lesnar ran into the corner of the turnbuckle, and hit his arm.
Brock Lesnar strong. That's all I gotta say. Like this nigga, he did not tap out. Like he got him. Like Triple H got him several times with Kimura lock, but he did not tap out. Like to the point where he actually took a chance, hit it on his arm twice.
On the stand, one
on the stairs and then one on the pole. And I was like, wow. Like he's very resilient. Definitely a great match. Triple H came out the victor though.
Good job.
So his career is still going on. So hopefully you'll see some good things from him in the future to come. Match number 8, probably the most anticipated battle. It is an anticipated battle. Probably one of the most emotional, arguably. John Cena versus The Rock. And I'm happy and glad to say this. John Cena did come out the victor. If you guys are just not seeing this, you don't know what the results are of WrestleMania.
Here it is. Here's your exclusive right now. Here's the exclusive.
Okay. John Cena defeated The Rock. I cannot count how many times the Attitude Adjustment was dead. I cannot count how many times The Rock Bottom was dead. I cannot count how many counters.
Yes.
Like, they did their homework. They studied each other hard. But John Cena just came out the victor. And now he's the newly defined World Wrestling WWE Champion.
Yes.
So,
big ups, John Cena. Straight up. You made Boston proud. You know what I'm saying? Massachusetts proud. You know what I'm saying? You brought home the gold. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this to me personally because I'm a sports fan as well. Like, I feel like you're the only one in the Massachusetts right now that actually won a championship and came home and bring it for it. I'm just saying personally, but I mean, I'm just bullshit. Dog.
Great match.
Great match.
Great match. Loved it. I loved it a lot. Like, John Cena did his homework to the point where he did that little mocking shit to Rock, and Rock, and then look, it was funny because the Rock was about to be like rock bottom again, but John Cena was like, smart. And then he just, I was like, shit, that was good. John Cena did not disappoint. I love this match. It was probably one of the greatest matches of all time. And John Cena came out the victor, and he got his redemption. His redemption. And John Cena now has a new WWE Championship. Any last thoughts before we wrap up this video?
Well, like I said before in the beginning, you know, I say is most electrifying movie. I mean, electrifying show. That's a nice blooper. Don't give a fuck. Let's keep it going. Like I said, this is the most electric. I'm telling you, this. I was so excited about WrestleMania. I mean, it did not disappoint. Everything was on point. It was like some of them became. It was unexpected. Some unexpected matches came about. Some of them I was expecting that was gonna happen because, you know,
it was just some of them, like, not, I would say like only a few, like one or two were predictable as hell, but the most were just unexpected, like the John Cena one.
That's the most. That's why I said, and then at the end of
like, we were literally jumping out of our seat, like, who's gonna win? Like, John Cena, Rock. We both wanted John Cena, but like we was just like, oh shit, like counter. Oh my
gosh, wait a minute, maybe The Rock might win. Maybe this is his time still, but I mean, come on, Rock got a lot of shit going on his plate right now. He don't need to be worried about
show, movies, all this booty ass shit, and he still wants to wrestle.
No, that's too much work for you. You know,
you're still making money.
You're still making money anyway, so you might as well just allow John Cena to take this title back and put his rightful owner. Let him enjoy this moment, because let me tell you this, he is gonna get challenged for it. John Cena, yes, you are gonna get challenged for it.
I just don't know who.
You don't know who, and mainly you will find out because the next Royal Rumble that happens, that's gonna be your contender. So whoever that's gonna be ready. Do your homework. That's my, you know what? Advice from KLD. John Cena, do your homework on the next contender that is going to be in the Royal Rumble. That's going to win that shit to get the next WWE champion. Be ready to actually capitalize that and retain it.
Because we will be watching WrestleMania. We'll be giving WrestleMania 30 review. If not, we might be there, but I don't know. We don't know.
I hope so. My personally opinion, I want to be down at WrestleMania 30. You know, go down to Louisiana. But I want it for the first time. I always want to go to Louisiana, and I feel like this would be the reason. WrestleMania 30.
But nonetheless, this will almost wrap up the video. The emotional scene that we had when John Cena actually hugged The Rock. They both shook hands and hugged, and you know, Rock was saying thank you, like, you know, he's done here
to the people. Yes,
to the people, like in the millions.
In the millions.
You know, I really enjoyed it, and I was very emotional. John Cena, he had a big ass smile on his face. He was like, no, I did it. The champ is here. And the champ really is here. You know, he's been focused and he got a redemption. Now he needs to go back to focusing on the WWE Championship. And he needs to retain that and be the longest running WWE champion. But that's basically it. That was our final thoughts on WrestleMania. Basically final thoughts. I'll then say, like I said, probably the most anticipated WrestleMania, the greatest WrestleMania I ever witnessed in my entire life, and I witnessed quite a few. And John Cena versus The Rock was definitely one of the most anticipated fights. And John Cena came out the victor. I'm happy. I loved it. 10 out of 10. That's me.
Yes, 10.5
out of 10. Anything.
Yes.
Anything above 10 is
that's electrifying. See, the 0.5 is the electrifying part. So you know.
Right. But hope you guys enjoyed our review of WrestleMania 29. All the matches were legit. We were watching on the big screen TV, but please tell me in the comments below what match was your favorite and which match had you on the edge of your seat. Like, who the fuck is going to win? You know, because it was the Undertaker and the John Cena one that had me on the edge of my seat. The rest
that was just the most. Yeah, actually, I would kind of want to say with Triple H too.
Yeah, maybe.
It was a little bit. But it was.
And Team Hell No. Team Hell No a little bit, because when Kane got that big E Lansing got them, I really thought Kane was gonna be done.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was yours truly, Super Pirate Ninja
and KLD.
And we'll see you guys later for another review or anything else that's related with us. Peace.